The presidency has described Peter Obi as a political nomad who keeps jumping parties for personal ambition. Presidential spokesman Bayo Onanuga made the statement in a post on X describing Peter Obi's recent interview where he asked President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to retire as a PR disaster. I'll read Bayo Onanuga's post on X in part. He wrote,
"My problem with APC and Bayo Onanuga, the presidential spokesman for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is that they have refused to recognize the fact that Peter Obi is a political giant that they cannot contend with. If you fact-check the 2023 election, go back and fact-check it, and if you listen to Peter Obi continuously, Peter Obi has continued to claim that he actually won the 2023 election, the 2023 presidential election. What we see in Nigeria today is that the president himself, who is supposed to be exchanging words with Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of NDC, is not even doing that. It's all this one who are called spokesmen, appointed officials of the APC or of the presidents that are now exchanging words and trying to contend with Peter Obi. Bayo Onanuga is talking about Peter Obi moving from one party to another, calling Peter Obi a political nomad. But did President Bola Ahmed Tinubu not move from one party to another? You remember, if you go back to 1999, the party or the platform through Bola Ahmed Tinubu became the governor was a different party. Fast forward to other years, the platform in which President Bola Ahmed Tinubu moved into were different political parties, and then he moved from AC to ACN, from ACN to APC, that is currently now that is a conglomeration of different parties, including CPC, the Party of the North, a Congress for Progressive Change, and some other political parties. Even Daniel Bwala, who is speaking, was once in PDP. When he was in PDP, he was ranting and speaking and saying a whole lot of things about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. If you go back to check some of his video, some of his speech, the one he gave on different television stations and the one he spoke even on his own platform, you cannot imagine that the same Daniel Bwala that is now speaking. As in, this man completely lacks integrity. In fact, listen to the video.
The presidency has described Peter Obi as a political nomad who keeps jumping parties for personal ambition. Presidential spokesman Bayo Onanuga made the statement in a post on X describing Peter Obi's recent interview where he asked President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to retire as a PR disaster. I'll read Bayo Onanuga's post on X in part. He wrote, Tinubu is unlike you, Peter Obi. You were elected governor under the platform of AFGA. In 2007, you swore with your children and even by the hospital bedside of Ikemba, Odumegu, Ojukwu that you would never leave the party. Not a man of your words. You abandoned AFGA after your second term and joined the PDP. You were in the PDP when you ran with the perennial presidential contender and loser, Atiku Abubakar, in 2019. Your presidential pair lost to Muhammadu Buhari and Yemi Osibajo of the APC. You did not wait to rebuild the vanquished PDP. Instead, you pursued your selfish interests by joining the Labour Party. You ran as the party's candidate in 2023. You lost the election and came third behind Atiku and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The Labour Party fell into a serious leadership crisis after the election, with campaign funds in your possession not fully accounted for. Instead of waiting to solve the crisis and rebuild it into a formidable group like a good leader will do, you again chickened out. You teamed up with Atiku to hijack the political group called African Democratic Congress, a special purpose vehicle, when you found out that you would not be able to clinch the group's presidential ticket in a free and fair primary election. You didn't hesitate to jump ship to join the court-registered NDC, promoted by a former governor, Senator Seriki Dixon. It is not in doubt that if the NDC fails to deliver what you want, you are not far away from the exit door. You would shamelessly migrate to yet another party. You do not build. You always want to reap where you did not sow. Ayo, over to you.
Okay. All right. So earlier this week, I talked about.
Can Ayo
please
speak?
let me speak first.
That's
Okay,
a busy
Igbo
name.
now.
I found it.
Okay, you Googled it. Fine. Google is our best friend.
Okay,
I have
very
to
good.
get it.
Go ahead.
So earlier this week, because of our time,
Nwabuasi Obi. Look at the attack. Go ahead.
Because of our time, because of our time, let me not. I mean, he said a lot of things which is not new. A lot of the criticisms, and I think we've talked about this, especially when at the point where Mr. Peter Obi joined the NDC, and there has been a trailing or just a record of how he has been able to move from party to party for whatever reason. There have been talks about sabotage, this and that, but for whatever reason, it has been said that he moves from party to party. However, Oji, this morning, I want to talk about the presidential spokesperson, because I believe that conversations like this ought to be left to the spokesperson to the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu campaign office. The reason I'm saying this is because there's been a lot of criticism and talk, but I want this same fervor and obsession to be addressed to matters of critical, national importance.
Critical national importance.
I do not think till now that Mr. Bayo Onanuga has released a statement around the Kaduna killings. I don't think until now, Mr. Bayo. So what I'm saying is that, yes, I know this is election season, but I also believe that there's a place for accountability to the people whose mandate you stand on, which is to give them reports. And my concern is that there's so much focus and talk about a candidate, or sometimes, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, that we do not see the process of governance rigorously and properly done. And so what I would prefer is that let the campaign office of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu deal with his opponents in the next elections. And let the presidential spokesperson speak to the Nigerian people, since the president himself has not spoken to the Nigerian people. So let the presidential spokesperson speak to them. I'm talking about the interview. Just on this final point, a lot of points have made that in this country, and that's why I keep talking about, even about ministers that are accountable. They are the ones who come under fire the most. The ones that don't talk at all, whether you want to know what they are doing or not, don't come under any fire. So Mr. Peter Obi continues to subject himself to interviews and conversations and interrogations. Not once has I have not heard Alhaji Atiku Abubakar come out for a conversation. The president, who has the mandate of the people, has not come out to speak to the media in a formal interview. That is the accountability that we should ask for more. That is what we should be calling up for more.
A quick sentence, please. We have more on politics.
For Mr. Bayo Onanuga, that you're accusing somebody of moving around. President Tinubu went from SDP in 1993 to AD. From AD to ACN, from ACN to AC. What's it called? What's the party now? APC.
Yes.
How many political parties are that ones?
I think you've just mentioned 4. But yes, all right, quickly.
The point to note is that the Nigerian Constitution recognizes the freedom of choice. You can move from as many political parties to the other, as long as you think that is where you will succeed. The other point is that no crime has been committed.
That's the main point, really.
The third point is that all of this is just distractions.
All right, good.
Personality attacks. Nigerians want to hear, what are you proposing? What is your contract with the people?
All right.
When you get there, what do you intend to do? Ideas, not insults and personality attacks.
Anyways, if you have watched this video up to this time, thank you for watching. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And see you in my next video.